the great man, does whatever a great man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Great Man. A video from Great Man.
Hey, it's me again. This is blog number 101, and I'm going through what's left of this box number 29, which is mainly Justice League. Mainly Justice League box. Right, let's crack on, shall we? 251. There you go, Despero. He's getting more buff nowadays, and he started off quite skinny, but he ended up being a real buff dude by the end. With super strength being one of his powers. Pretty sure I don't think he had super strength to start off with, but though you battle for all time falls, you can never vanquish Despero's infinite horde. Must be quite handy if you're a bad guy to have an infinite horde at your disposal. For the first time, the origin of Despero. Interesting angle. Looking down from above, the heroes are all chained to a wall. And he's down on the floor. Right, and blowout. Someone's exploding or throwing out some energy. Sending people flying. Looks like Batman's in the Justice League at this time as well. Nightmare in Steel. Zatanna, I believe. For me, I thought it was Gypsy, but it's not. It's Zatanna. Isn't it? No, it's definitely Zatanna. But I'm not sure if she's actually in the team at this point, because she wasn't on the last cover. Maybe she comes and goes. And here we have Burn, Martian, Burn. John Jones. Not in an environment that he likes. He doesn't like fire, you know. He's not keen on it at all. Right. Oh, this seems to be my last one of the run. Is it the last one in the series? 257? I'm not sure. So I've got a couple more to get still. I know I've got a few more to get on. I think about 40 more to get on my proposed JLA run. Let's have a quick look on the last page. Come back next month for the beginning of the end of the Justice League. So yeah, a few more issues to go, I think. One day I'll have most of them. They're not that expensive, apart from the early ones will be more expensive. But yeah, you can only pick them up pretty cheaply. But here's annual number 1. I think that dude's called Dr. Destiny. I believe he's called Dr. Destiny. You don't really see him a great deal anymore. That's annual number 1, and then I've got annual number 3. I need annual number 2. Annual number 3. Must make sure I add I'm not sure if it's on my list. I have to make sure it's on my list so I can pick it up at some point. Right, and then I've got a bunch of Justice League quarterlies much later on. 90s, I think. Just says winter. Doesn't tell you the year on the cover. Is it on the side? Yeah, winter 1990. There you go. This is not a great deal later. It's probably. When was the last? Probably. When did that run finish? 86. So yeah, about 4 years later. 4 years later. This is the old. You get this on the front cover of most of the Justice League first issues. Like a team shot on this kind of angle. It's the biggest event of the year, the return of Mr. Nebula. I think this might be one of the humorous Justice League villains. Is he the one who was trying to sell everything? And Elron, the robot, was his like assistant. There's another interesting take on the traditional cover of the group shot, but this time they're miniaturised and someone's looking at them with a microscope. Not microscope, whatever. What is that? It's not a microscope, it's a magnifying glass. Cracked ice. Would you believe I'm sorry? So that's obviously ice of, yeah. her boyfriend or erstwhile boyfriend, Guy Gardner, has upset her. I think there's slightly more going on than that. Justice League Quarterly, an all-new, all-JLI 36-page extravaganza, plus 3 brand new solo stories starring Fire and Ice, General Glory and the Global Guardians. Another interesting cover on the back there. A couple of face panels on the side. Nice little layout. Again, a bit of a silly one. Looks like they're fighting a giant toy soldier. The Global Guardians. The Global Guardians should have got more comic, if you ask me. Didn't really never got their own book. I'm not sure they're even going as a team, the Global Guardians, anymore. The League versus the incredible new conglomerate. And guess who's to blame? Max Lord, I'm guessing. I'm guessing that's Max Lord. He started his own team up again. Countdown to Frenzy. It's got that 90s art style, which isn't as good to me as the 80s stuff. I don't know what it is about it. It's reasonable, but it's just, for me, hasn't quite got the charm of the 80s goodness. Hunters or the hunted. And in unlimited action with the all-new conglomerate. Fighting some typical 90s robot, like hybrid cyborg alien thing there by the looks of it. At least it hasn't got shoulder pads and pouches, I suppose. Maximum attraction. Like Maxima and Captain Atom. Gonna get it on. It's gonna bury the Chrome Rocket. I don't know what's going on there. Mignola, by looks of it. I don't know, he's alright, Mignola. He's got a funny old style though to his characters, you know, his art. It's not the cleanest looking art, you know, it's different. You know, it's a real kind of, I don't know, maybe gritty would be a way of saying it, I'm not too sure. But it looks like he's added about 60 million pecs to Captain Atom there. I quite like his Thunderbolt. Yeah. It's quite dark and moody. Blue Beetle looks pretty good and moody in this one as well, sitting there in the shadows. Not a bad picture at all. And that must be, is it Nightshade? Is that the teleporting lady? I think she's called Nightshade. Oh, of course, these are all Charlton, aren't they? Charlton original characters. I'm not sure if Thunderbolt originated in Charlton. I know he probably was at Charlton at one point. But he's like not owned by DC anymore, is he? I think he's like whoever created them had the rights to it and he went back to them. And I think they're with IDW now or something like that. Because I managed to get one copy of his most recent comic. I might see if I can pick the rest up. I quite like I liked Thunderbolt when he was in DC. He only had one like 12-issue run, I think it was, but I thought it was a cool run. General Glory's a laugh. he's their kind of like tongue-in-cheek take on Captain America, but he's good stuff. He's fun. I doubt if he's in current continuity. I'm not too sure. Right, final fight for the Global Guardians. One's called the Huntsman. I can't remember. No, it's not Triton, is it? But I can't remember the names of the characters. No, forgetting the Owl Woman. I think that might be Owl Woman. The Olympian, was he called the Olympian? That guy there. I can't remember now. I didn't show you the back. Oh, and this is right. So that's all the quarterlies, and in here I've got a Justice League International Special with the Huntress. And the Secret Origins of Justice League International with Max Lord and Booster Gold. Really tatty bad shape this one is. Right, and finally in this box at the moment there is a little run of Karate Kid I'm trying to put together. There's a couple of keys in it which is quite annoying. I think it's the first, well no, it's not annoying, it's the first Bronze Tiger, and I think it's the first Lady Shiva as well. She might be in Richard Dragon, I can't remember now. But yeah, I'm trying to get Richard Dragon run together and a Karate Kid run together, and there's a couple of more expensive books. Like, I'm not really that, you know, I want to get the run, but it's not like one I'm urgently, desperately going for, if you know what I mean. I want to hopefully complete it at one point. So that's Richard Dragon number 1. I don't have number 2. Then we've got number 3. 3 times strikes the Revenger and each blow brings death. Nice bit of action cover. There has been some talk about who's the best martial artist amongst DC and Marvel, and I think he's got to be Karate Kid, because does he not? What's his origin? He's from the future for a start. It's from the Legion of Superheroes. Was his story not that he knew every martial arts in the universe? So it's not just he's mastered all the martial arts on Earth, like some of the other great martial artists of superhero books have done. He knows all the martial arts of the universe. So he's got to have tricks up his sleeve that, you know, other earthbound martial artists do not have. Anyway. Driven Wild, the kid stalks friend and foe alike. Guest star in the Legion of Superheroes. Never mind how you feel, I said kill him or else. Number 9. Quite cool covers. He seems to be kicking somebody on every single cover. Is it my imagination? Pretty much. 11. Like he's fighting some Cro-Magnons. Looks like he's fighting Vandal Savage's in-laws or something. And on the back, help me Legionnaire, Superboy's gone berserk, he's destroyed Smallville, and now I'll help him crush you, alone against the Legion. Ooh. That's not going to be good for Karate Kid to take on the whole Legion, especially not with Superboy there. Superboy's one tough hombre. I mean, Karate Kid is, he's no pushover, but he ain't super powered. Beware, Karate Kid, not even the combined might of the Legion of Superheroes can resist the power of major disaster. There's an example of a supervillain who got turned into a joke later on in Justice League. He ended up heading up the Justice League Antarctica, didn't he? And then he went from, I think, from heading up the Justice League Antarctica to being having his soul bought from him by Neron and using his powers to create loads of disasters, didn't he? Like, he'd set one thing in motion, it would do Doppler effect, or not Doppler effect, butterfly effect, and one little action would, domino effect, one little action would lead on to another action, would lead on to another action, which made a plane crash or something like that. He was doing all that kind of thing. It's quite an interesting power thing, but the way he's gone from bad guy to like jokey hero-y bad guy to really terrible bad guy who like destroyed lots of people. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's been done recently in continuity. Probably nothing. Anyway, this is number 15. I don't know if it's the last one. It's the last one that I've got in this box, so I've got a few gaps to go in this Karate Kid run. Karate Kid smashes through time to the future, the wrong future. Guest starring Commandy. Yeah, if you want to go to the wrong future, Commandy's where it's at, because he's the last boy on Earth. Right then, so that's that box. That is box 29. Box 29. They're talking about maybe easing lockdown conditions in the UK, or in London. So I'm not sure when that's going to happen. We're probably going to have another announcement on Sunday. I kind of don't want to go back to work yet, to be honest. I think that I'm just worried it's going to start a spike up again, especially in London. Everybody getting on the public transport and that. But yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens. Whatever happens, happens. At least I'll be able to go and see my girlfriend. Then I'll be worried about taking any germs back to her. But oh God, what can you do? Anyway, I'm gonna shout out a Les Bigley channel. Oh yeah, I'm a bit tired today because I did that stay up all night I didn't go to bed till about 10 a.m. after being up the whole night. But never mind. And then I've been lazing around the rest of the day. Yeah, okay. Yeah, less Biggie channel shout out. I've not watched. I thought I watched one or two of their videos. The Classic Comic Collector, I think the channel's called. I had to look at it on my notes before I started doing this, but obviously I've forgotten by now what it was. But I think it was the Classic Comic Collector, and he shows off some runs. I think he showed off a big run of Avengers that he's got, like 1 to 100 or something like that. Yeah, and he's sort of doing single issue showcases as well. I think I saw one of those videos that he did. So I put his link up in the corner and down below. I think he's got a couple of 100 subs, but could always use more. So I think he might actually be under 100 now. Thinking about it, I can't remember now. Doesn't really matter. But go and sub them up anyway. If you're watching this and you're not subbed to them, give them a good old sub. Give them a comment bump on one of their videos. Leave a comment on this video as well, even if you are watching it on Premiere, because it helps the old anal lick tits, which is always good. And come back tomorrow for another blog, another bloggy blog. And until next time, may all your news be good news. The Classic Comic Collector, go and sub him today. The Classic Comic Collector, go and sub him, okay. If you don't, then you are a smelly person who needs a slap in the face.